Get ready to skip the line at Starbucks because I'm gonna be showing you how to make all of your favorite fall Starbucks drinks at home. The first drink I'm gonna be making today is the Starbucks Pumpkin Cream Cold Brew. This is actually a very delicious and super popular drink, so of course I had to make it, and I even posted a video about this on my TikTok as well. So, starting off, you need to take 3 pumps of vanilla syrup. I am using this one from Amaretti, which is like super thick, creamy, and delicious. And if you want to get any Amaretti syrups, my discount code is Brooklyn15 for 15% off. So for the Starbucks Pumpkin Cream Cold Brew, you just want to fill your cold brew up to this bottom line here. I love getting these Starbucks cups for free by ordering water. These cups really help you with getting the correct measurements. So now we just pour our cold brew to that bottom line. So I meant to say filled up to the 3rd line. I got really confused because there is one drink, I think it was like a chai, that you fill up to the 1st line. But fill your cold brew up to the 3rd line. Now just fill the rest of your cup up with ice. It splashed me in the face. Okay, we want to leave just a little bit of space for our pumpkin cream cold brew. Obviously, there is some syrup stuck to the bottom, so I'm just gonna take this extremely long spoon and make sure that the vanilla syrup is really mixed in with the cold brew. The next step is the pumpkin cream cold foam. So I'm gonna start off with 3 tablespoons of heavy whipping cream, 2 tablespoons of milk. Next, you just need a splash of vanilla syrup, which I'm just gonna use 1 pump, and 1 tablespoon of pumpkin pie sauce, or in this case, I'm gonna be using the crema de pumpkin pie from Amaretti. In the video that I posted on TikTok, I did the regular pumpkin pie, but I wanted to do the crema here. Just change it up a little bit, spice it up. Next, I'm just gonna take my little milk frother and froth it all up, which actually, this one has like more of a natural orange color to it, at least in the cold foam, than the pumpkin pie did. So let's see if this one can compete with the normal pumpkin pie syrup. Now just top off with your pumpkin cream cold foam. Some final touches to this that Starbucks makes is pumpkin pie spice. So I'm gonna add my pumpkin pie spice, which this always goes everywhere. And if you want to be extra fancy, I have this pumpkin spice sauce from Kyya chocolate. And if you want to get anything from them, my discount code is Kyya10 for your money off. So we topped off with pumpkin pie spice and pumpkin spice sauce. So there you have it. There's the delicious pumpkin cream cold brew from Starbucks. Next up is the iced apple crisp shaken espresso. I'm going to be pulling out my pink Nespresso machine, which you can get with code Brooklyn10 for $10 off. So for the iced apple crisp shaken espresso, you need 4 shots of blonde espresso for a venti. If it was a grande, you would only need 3. So I'm gonna use Bianco Doppio because I believe that's like the closest you can get to like a blonde shot with your Nespresso machine. So I'm gonna start off with 6 pumps of this Amaretti apple pie syrup. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I had to count because earlier I was talking and I forgot how many I did. Oops. That smells so good. And just for extra fun, since this is like a caramel apple type drink, I'm gonna add some caramel sauce directly to this, since most people seem to be using the caramel apple butter syrup for this dupe. So I'm gonna add just a little bit of caramel sauce so it's like a beautiful caramel apple. Okay, so now I am going to use my really long spoon just to stir in that caramel and apple syrup into the espresso to make sure it's all combined before we add our ice, since this is a shaken espresso and not a regular latte. Okay, now it's time for our ice. Shake, 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 Sonora. Ah! Why? Okay. I just very gently shook it to make sure it wasn't gonna get all over me. Shake, 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 Sonora. Shake your body right. Now we're just gonna pour that shaken espresso concoction into our cup. Top off with some milk. This is generally a oat milk drink, but I only have 2%, so that's what I'm gonna be using. Just to add even more to this drink, you can also add like cinnamon or a caramel drizzle, or what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add some pumpkin spice sauce to the top. And if you wanna be super authentic to the drink at Starbucks, they also have apple drizzle, which I believe is just like caramel and apple. I do not have that, but I do have caramel. So you can probably just use that. So that's how you make the Starbucks iced apple crisp shaken espresso at home. Next up is the iced apple crisp macchiato. We're gonna start off with 5 pumps of apple syrup, again using this Amaretti apple pie. This drink calls for 3 shots of blonde espresso, and I was thinking, since this is more of a fruity drink, I wanted to try it with the iced Leggero capsule, which is a fruity capsule. Okay, now time to give this a nice mix. All right, since this is a apple crisp macchiato, that means the espresso shot goes on top. So I'm gonna fill the cup mostly up with ice, and then add my milk on top. This is like how I make most of my drinks in my videos generally. And since it calls for apple drizzle, I'm gonna see if the apple syrup can kind of be an apple drizzle. Oh. It can. Top off with our 3 shots of espresso. Okay, let's see if the rest, okay, the rest can fit. Perfection. And there we have it. This is the iced apple crisp macchiato. The next drink is a classic. It is most people's favorite. It is the iced pumpkin spice latte. So I'm gonna start off with 6 pumps of this Amaretti pumpkin spice syrup. There's 2, 3. Now, Starbucks uses the pumpkin spice sauce, but this Amaretti syrup is already really thick, so it works really well, and it's extremely strong. It's like literally my favorite pumpkin spice syrup. Now we're gonna go in with our 3 shots of espresso. I'm doing a Bianco Doppio and an Altisio. All right, so now we just pour our 3 shots of espresso into the cup. And we want to fill our milk up to the 3rd line, which generally Starbucks uses 2% milk for most of their drinks. Now time to top off with some ice. Now at Starbucks, the pumpkin spice latte comes with whipped cream. That is the pumpkin spice latte from Starbucks. Let's give this a taste test because this is like honestly one of my favorite drinks. Oh my gosh. That's what I'm talking about right there. That is a pumpkin spice latte, okay? Next up is the iced pumpkin chai, which is absolutely delicious and tastes just like fall. For the chai, the most similar kind of dupe for the Starbucks chai is the Tezo classic chai latte, and they do have a pumpkin spice chai as well. I just haven't tried it. But since this is like less concentrated than the one that Starbucks has, I'm gonna fill this up to the bottom line with the chai concentrate. And next, you just fill your milk up to this 3rd line. This is the same recipe for the pumpkin cream cold foam that we used on the cold brew earlier in the video. So let's do 3 tablespoons heavy cream, 2 tablespoons 2% milk, and 1 tablespoon of pumpkin syrup. Now we just froth that all together like we did before. Now we take our pumpkin cream cold foam and add it on to our pumpkin chai. Top off with your pumpkin pie spice. Some people also add some extras and they add flavoring to the chai itself, and you can totally do that if you want to add some extra flavors or make it even sweeter, which personally I don't really think it needs that. Yay, cold foam everywhere. There you have it, the Starbucks pumpkin cream iced chai. The next drink is the iced pecan crunch latte. It is an oat milk latte, but I do not currently have oat milk, so I'm just gonna use 2% milk, but you can always replace the 2% milk with your own oat milk. So we have 3 tablespoons of pecan syrup, which I literally could eat this pecan syrup by itself. It's so good. Yummy. And now we need to brew 3 shots of espresso over our pecan syrup. We need to brew 3 shots of espresso over our pecan syrup. Okay, I am getting my candied pecans ready to be smashed for the topping, and while I do that, I'm gonna brew the third shot of espresso. All right, we have our 3 shots of espresso. Now we can pour our 3 shots of espresso into the cup, pour our milk up to the 3rd line, top off with our ice. This drink calls for vanilla sweet cream cold foam, which is 3 tablespoons of heavy whipping cream, 2 tablespoons of milk, and 1 tablespoon of vanilla syrup. Now just froth it up. Top off with your vanilla sweet cream cold foam. And I'm using the pecans that I made the pecan syrup with. And I just let the pecans soak in the syrup, and then I crushed it in a little baggie for the pecan crunch part of this drink. This literally looks delicious, and that pecan syrup is so good. I wanted to try the one from Amaretti, but they're out of stock right now. That's how you make the iced pecan crunch oat milk latte at home. Thanks for watching. Enjoy not waiting in line at Starbucks, and make sure to subscribe and like the video for more. You can also check me out on these social medias for even more of my content.